Someone asked me on the last one of these, ChrisTenarium, why are you still playing this? Good question. One I'm not, gonna be honest, entirely sure I know how to answer. It's been that bad. There's been nothing redeeming about this game. Right. A star has fallen from the heavens. The impossible has happened. No, it was always possible. It was only a matter of when it would happen. But how did you know it was possible? Because someone promised me that it would. What did he ask for in return? You better be wary of old men asking for stuff. Someone promised her? Who might that be, my empress? Who promised you? This is how normal people talk. I hope you realise. Someone did. There's no answer to be had here. We're just gonna let it get away with vague answers. What does the star mean then? Is it as the doomsayers speak on the streets? Is it a herald of the end? I'm afraid that the star's significance would be lost of anyone on this age. Instead of acting all smart-ass about it, why not just tell us? Just shrug. That's a thought for you. Again, she refuses to explain anything. Why can't you tell anyone what the star means to you? Because they were not there. Weren't there? Weren't where? My empress, what are you talking about? I'm afraid I cannot make you understand either. There is not anyone else alive who remembers him. Again, just tell us. Unless it was Jesus, I think we're going to understand and believe you. Him, who could she be talking about? I am the only one left. I wish you could have been there too, to know the light that once shone on us. There was no need for an empress or an empire then, but look at the world we live in now in. Despite how powerful she looked in the council chamber, she now looks very tired. Yes, the CG has really changed to reflect this. They've believed me to have become lost. That is not entirely untrue. I've been waiting a long time for the stars to fall. Now that it has, I think I can find my way again. I see something very human in her for the first time. The Empress has made herself vulnerable just for a moment. I can tell you one thing about the star. It means change, great change. Is it for the better or worse, though? Even I can't predict the future. All that I know is that the star's being changed. Change like what? How big of a change are we talking here? Are we talking changing to the point where... I don't know... Like change to the point where the whole empire and government will reform? Or are we changing just, I don't know, the soil turns brown? Brown? Blue? How big a change? You were there to hear my request. It all depends on those warriors now, whoever they may be. Wonder who it is. She quietly gazes out of the window. Something about her just seems lonely. I would seek the star myself, but I am no fool. If I were to die, what would become of the capital? You have seen those men who bicker among themselves. To leave what little we have left in their hands alone, we would be undone. The people need their empress in these times more than ever. Why'd you keep them there, then? Why not get rid of them? I have thought about it for a long time. Perhaps when I find suitable replacements, I will go through with it. For now, I will allow them to stay. They will not deny me this time. She says all of this with a very apathetic face. Even though they rule this city, I am still the Empress. For a moment, she seems to look out the cityscape before her. It is late, guardsmen. Return to your barracks. I hope that we may meet again sometime. I'm not sure if I hope to meet her again. Why? Whatever. Something tells me that I will, though. You probably will. We haven't seen her nearly naked yet. I'm back at the training grounds today. I'm not on guard duty, thank the Creator. After all that's happened in those chambers, I'll never complain about hitting wooden dummies again. In fact, it's quite nice to be able to hit something after listening to those councilmen for so long. Unfortunately, Kira motions for us to cease training. The first day, I get back to it and there's already going to be interruptions. Novices, I require your attention. Am I a novice, really? The Empress herself is visiting our training grounds. Pay your utmost respect. Ardina is visiting us right now? No one knows her reason for visiting today, but I can take a guess. After what I saw in the council chamber, I know it could be for no reason other than recruiting. Ardina looks much the same as she did when she last visited. She's wearing her emotionless mask. It's good that as opposed to them writing feelings so they don't have to tell you. They just tell you. It's much easier that way. And lazier. She takes a moment to wait for the rest of the novices in the barracks to assemble themselves. My novices, my knights, I come before you with a request. Despite her lack of emotion, her words still sound inspirational. How is that even possible? Not a single person looks away. They're waiting on her every word. All of you know that a star fell from the sky a week ago. Everyone has discussed what the star means, but its meaning will only become apparent when we see it for ourselves. There is going to be an expedition to reach the star, travelling through the mires and into the desolate lands beyond. Will any of you volunteer for this? I can see where this is going. Let's face it, it's going to have characters we've already seen in because they're not going to draw more. It'll be a journey filled with peril, so I understand if you refuse. But your Empress needs brave volunteers. Will you not help her in her time of need? Most of the novices look away. I can't blame them. What she is asking for is practically suicide. It's one thing to be on the walls and just defending. It's another to actually brave the wilderness to seek a fallen star. Kira also looks shocked. She wasn't expecting something like this. My Empress, surely you asked too much of these novices. Oh, okay, so now I know who the other person is coming. They are not ready for battle yet. Can you not come later? Can they not come later? Yeah, well, actually, it's whenever. I mean, I'm here and all. The Empress has come down and graced you all with my presence, but yeah, it can wait. Don't worry about it. I'll see you in a couple of weeks from now, lads. What? I'm afraid this cannot wait, Kira. I also reaffirmed that this is only for volunteers. I will force no one. Surely there is one among you who would go forward to seek the star. Her vacant eyes survey the entire crowd before her. As I'm about to step forward, I feel a hand on my shoulder. It's Gwyn holding me back. Don't go near the mires. You won't come back alive. Probably will. Never before have her words sounded as grave as they do now. It's just so lazy. Not like they can't write her conveying or showing the emotion necessary to make it sound like her grave, and plus this music is completely out of whack. They just have to say, never before have her words sounded as grave as they do now. Trust us. We said it, so it must be true. Relenting, I step back into the crowd. I think the Empress notices me when I do, though. The crowd parts as she begins to walk towards me. It seems that we meet again. I have an unusual feeling about you, guardsmen. Hang on, we're not guardsmen. We're guardswomen. In fact, we're exclusively women, aren't we? Whatever. Trusting my feelings has led me into prosperity in the past. So this is what I will ask for you, guardsmen. Would you be willing to take this journey? This isn't volunteering anymore, is it? All the other novices gape at me in awe. The Empress herself has requested for Raylan to go on this journey. You see what I mean about them not drawing other people in? Albeit vaguely and badly, they're not going to do it. They talk among themselves excitedly. The Empress seems to have noticed their chatter. I had forgotten to ask your name when I spoke with you before. Please forgive me, Raylan. Her words cause an even stronger reaction than before. Raylan has spoken with the Empress before? How could that happen? God, I mean, it's like they're in the same building whenever she goes on guard duty. Ignoring the rumour mongers, Ardina focuses her full attention on me. I ask again, are you willing to take this journey? Loosest definition of volunteer we've had in a while. The other one's Kira. I'm saying that now. Are you willing to take this journey? Expectation weighs heavily on me right now. Everyone seems to be holding their breath. Before I can open my mouth to reply, Kira steps in. I can't let such an inexperienced combatant go to the wilds, not without someone to ensure her safety. What you're asking for is too much, my Empress. Then are you saying you wish to join her, Kira? It's not often that I see my instructor knocked off balance. But I have my duties here, Empress. I'm not forcing you to make a decision. You may stay. You may go or may stay. I'll take the go option. Thank you, Sakura Fantasy!